really did fall by the wayside. So close to completion after a 10-5 half. Vitality are on the back foot, though. Let's see if they can get their G2 opponent. That pick started off with a pistol. On the defense, Masuta and ZywOo are your B defenders. Shox with a pop flash upon contact. Should enable ZywOo to at least get out. Oh, that's the first head, and there's more to come. Flashes in its way, and that's the trade from Masuta. Even trades for now.
Okay, well, I know Shox is on the side as well. That flash is going to be called in the feed, so are they going to scurry in, or are they going to take their time? Heading on in, Shox towards the new
Spotted
Fox.
him. Oh, they know exactly where you are, and Amanex a bouncy Glock. He's coming in hot, as is Hunter. Scavenged USP finds another head. Apex Shadow available. Kyojin's there, and it's only Kyojin now. No way. Every shot out of those pistols connects. G2, a brilliant start.
Yeah, and just a quick one here to catch everybody up. If you're tuning in, you're like, where's RPK? Yep, he's been gone for a little while now. Kyojin's actually played 23 maps with the team. It's happened very swiftly. And turning our attention to the battleground we find ourselves on now of Inferno, this has been played 3 times by Vitality since the addition of Kyojin. And those 3 times, they've won it twice, lost it once. 2 of the victories were against FPX and OG.
How is Apex already pulling a face that extreme after a lost pistol?
Look, the guy, I think, just has the highest of standards in the entire world, that everything needs to go perfect at all times.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't win the coin toss round.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Now we'll force buy and we get a double dip at it. One of the most influx rounds in the entire game.
In fact, yeah, if anything, this is the one you should get upset about if you lose. It's better than losing the pistol, or better than winning the pistol, sorry, is converting this second and the following.
Some of their woes, I was just having a look with those stats, Alex. Oh, hold up. Let me save my numbers because we might have a bit of a biff here. ZywOo under pressure. The snapping turtle doesn't bite as hard as he was hoping.
Oh, here we go. Kyojin scouted nicely. Good work from Hunter. Shox's Deagle still present in pit. Just managed to reposition. Jax is closing the gap on hay bales. He might not be ready for this close quarters. Didn't check it. Didn't check it. Still Nico goes down. Jax has to react. He does in time.
Oh.
Yeah, nearly. Very nearly awkward. And through the smoke, Apex slamming his desk.
You just walked through a smoke, dude. What do you think's going to happen?
They were staring at the...
How were they staring at the smoke?
They're watching what I'm doing.
God damn it!
Oh, that sounds so scary. There's someone has got you very loud on the TV somewhere, Chad. They're like, who's shouting?
Sorry, everyone. Okay, so Kyojin in those 3 maps for this team has abysmal statistics, unfortunately, right? It's not an easy map, especially when played at the highest level. He's at 0.77.
This is the definition of a bonus as well. Look how little they... Like, Hunter didn't even choose to reinvest.
Yeah,
Happy. Happy as a chappy.
We've got Apex and Shox over those 3 maps as the 2 highest rated players. Then it goes ZywOo, who has a negative rating of 0.97, and Masuta at 0.93. So, dramas right now.
Hello guys, welcome to Shox Nate tutorial. Just throw like this, stand on this, and it does damage, you see?
Voila.
Voila, as easy as that. Owie, ooh. Suter's Deagle's not going to be feeling quite so potent anymore.
Your French accent is really good, and you speak German really well. So I think
combined,
we're going to say you can speak 3 languages.
Yeah, man, I can sound like Shox. That's a language, I think. Could you imagine me just going into my breakfast just doing a Shox impression? I think I would like you have a croissant, perhaps, for the breakfast.
You can pull it off.
Merci beaucoup.
The only reason you'd be screwed is if they reply to you in French. That's the only time you'd have a drama.
You have, you know, the long bread. I believe you call it...
Baguette?
Oui.
Oh, I love the French. And I do love how emotional Apex is, right? Because, look...
I'd take it over, you know, an emotionless 17-year-old any day of the week.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is he's invested. He cares, and he's showing that he cares. And doesn't have his teammates right now around him to rub off. I know that some people seem to think that that's an issue.
Yeah, but I mean, look how, you know, the other side of the coin, like when you see Alexi standing up and celebrating, it's the same as when you see Apex standing up and celebrating. Then they're not going to hide how they feel one way or the other. Yeah. Admittedly, it can be quite a juxtaposition, a contrast between the two when you look at the highs you can find in Pro CS and the lowest of lows. ZywOo aggressive and no issue. Jax still doing the flashbang dance. Masuta sets ZywOo up and knocks them down. Early disadvantage for G2 into our 4th.
Oh, they're using that info. It might be fast up mid here, extinguishing the smoke into Shox, who has a nade out.
Yeah, he's just got his weapon out in time. Kyojin, perfect support from the balcony, and he gets a second as well. G2 just written out of this one.
Nice stuff there, and well handled by Kyojin. He was under a lot of pressure, and he's playing a difficult job as the pit anchor.
Yeah, and now look at Amanek. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Oh,
that's something, but that's the bomb.
yeah, felt a little bit delayed on that first shot there. Regardless, I don't think the situation would have changed that much. It is just Hunter now. Going to turn into the Hunted very soon. That bomb in the open. 3 players staring at it, and bottom of Banana lockdown as well. Apex cognizant of that potential wrap towards Arch. Another smoke towards the Apps position, and, well, time is just going to be siphoned away on this one. Ooh, flashes a sound cue. So Apex turns. Misdirection at an all-time high. But still, how are you getting past this crossfire?
You're not. Oh, and it feels like you've been spotted out already. Nice find. Hunter does have a Molotov to force Apex into a wider line. One top of the way, K, and you take off the head. Nonsense. Not the word I wanted to say, but it was the word that came out of my mouth. It's over, though. Masuta peeks out as soon as he hears steps. Good save, but bloody good attempt from Hunter. And Vitality, they convert off of ZywOo's opener. We'll see how that one started. Hunter, though, let me see this second shot again. I think he's just shot...
On the bike, right?
Well, he's on the bike, but he's falling off it.
He is
falling off it. Yeah, mid-air.
Okay, well...
Why don't I just get more helium? The more helium injected as the nonsense level of the round rises.
It's your surprise.
Oh, my God. I didn't know I had that capacity.
Oh, we've seen it before.
Oh, we know.
It before.
We know. In fact, we're desperately trying to keep it under wraps.
I think you've been doing a great job of keeping it under wraps.
Thanks, man. HLTV will mute a few less highlights.
It's like such a... You've done the sick casting up to the point, and then HLTV just go, we're just gonna...
Okay, yeah, you've ruined it there, haven't you?
No, we'll take that bit out.
There we go.
Yeah, the play, maybe it can speak for itself.
He does look like an anime protagonist as well, does Kyojin? Plenty of follicles there. Not follically challenged in any capacity.
Oh. I'm losing my hair, everybody.
I was in no way, shape, or form directed at you. I was just complimenting Kyojin.
It's easier if I own it.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
It hurts less if I just tell everybody.
Let's see what Shox is up to. Walking on down to Chinatown.
Could just be a bit of pressure here. Mactown on Amanek is already leering on in.
Yeah, the Amanek 10 is potent. But so is Shox. If he gets the bomb, they're going to cancel everything. Ooh, Nico! So fast around that corner. He accelerated around that corner. The Nico peak, and nice from Misu to the B defense, just says no.
Maybe don't go B now.
Yeah, that's a very apparent answer. It's to the point. Can we just walk into B without the exec? The answer is a resounding N and an O.
They need to keep this costly here, the Kovac cousins.
Rolling it back. Just like they used to do in the Belgrade Land Center.
Let's see if they can replicate any of that magic.
There's not enough noise. They need people shouting, throwing bottles at each other. Plastic bottles. Molly them out. It's at least going to make Masuta move, right? Yep, here he comes. Wait for the flash, and it does enable them to isolate the Furs. This is shaping up all right.
They know another player's close because of that flash.
And they're boosting. They're going to run boost into CT, trying to get info. Oh, Rushly. I see you in the chat. I see people typing T-Tours. Don't you dare.
He got debated so hard there.
He got so debated.
Oh, dear.
Keep your T-Tours in your pocket, fellas. That's not Rush's fault. Look at this cancel from Hunter's Airstrafe. Change my mind.
Yeah, I didn't like that one very much. Doesn't matter. Max and Felix in the replay, they've got you covered.
Much love to them.
Economical here for the gamers too.
This is exactly how we started before, I think. Just tying things up now. Vitality in response to that pistol start.
Just one flash here on Nexus, so it's going to be a pop and go. Nico's Deagle, the only thing to boast as far as weaponry is concerned, and Apex is already working on this banana creep, so going to be called clear. High alert for these mid defenders, and ZywOo's AWP met with Shox in the cubby. Deagle's down, rest will follow. Shox stepping out to grab as many freebies as he can. Pad those stats, my friend. These are everybody's favorite. Next has got the Deagle, but yeah, this is a matter of time round right here, right now. Still a matter of time round.
That's the M4 you were asking about.
I don't know. I don't think that's it. It's Nico's one.
You said it was a multicolour M4.
I think it's called Color Life or Life Color or something. we'll see when they swap on back over. Oh, also, we should see how many M4 A4s compared to silenced M4s we have on this map, because it'd be interesting to see if Vitality are changing per map. Something that has been a discussion for, well, basically since both guns entered the game, really.
Here they go. So they've completely denied Zywoo's help, and oh, he's gone. Nexus hit 2 stunning deagles. If he can get the bomb down, I was going to say, I'd have been something to celebrate out of that round, but now they have the weapons back. 3-3, tied up nicely.
Maybe looking with the spawns here for Mr. Zywoo. Let me just have a little zoom around. He's got a okay mid-spawn here, so we might see Zywoo get a little bit aggressive moving into the next gun round. No AWP to really resist. 5 AK-47s, Util a bit light on the likes of Jax, Amanek, both with a few shy. And Nico doesn't have a Molotov here, so what's the call? 4 players quick through second mid. This is a fast A set piece, I think.
That's a molly for Zywoo's position. He will have to move. Still maintains control, and they do the silent boost up to bedrooms, and there should be no indicators that they have this control other than the fact that it's not held by a CT. Zywoo flash, he's going to have to tuck in, and that's a good amount of space. They tried to punish the repeat.
Bloody knife out.
Kyojin saved him completely. Zywoo's gone unpunished for that. And now the util dump is full in effect. Hunter is elevated. He can hit this shot any day of the week, and he has. Pit is no longer a problem. Graveyard is. Jax can change things, and he has. Oh, Zywoo. Surrounded on every front. Nico swinging into the site. It still does go down to that AWP, and now Apex providing the support. They just can't seem to get Zywoo off the site. Everyone. First Kyojin. Now what? Apex.
Is Zywoo the boogeyman or something? Think about how much control instead they had in that round. And just with Zywoo in the site on his lonesome, they have evacuated all the way to B.
It's the right call. And they've gotten across. That's the fight, though. That's the bomb. He can't get them both. Nexa just can't tame the spray. And so Vitality will take it, but that's some reactive CT play from the French.
Yeah, that was an absolute race right there. And the fact that Nexa, you know, he goes back for that kill, unable to convert before the frag comes through. This was the great shot here from Hunter, but look how committed they are. Apex gets one as the smoke is fading. Okay, so as that happens, I guess they figured that any cover they may have is completely removed. And Vitality taking the lead here, so up to 4. And yeah, you can see with the buys right now, we've got Shox into an M4A4. We've got Apex in 1 as well. Kyojin's still rocking the silence, but Kyojin has been clutch in 2 of the rounds here to save his teammates. It was Shox in an early round and Zywoo in that one right there. So great stuff from the rookie.
Owie.
Nexus Deagle is on point this game.
Yeah, it is, and that's not going to last forever. Just running out of bullets and chances. Apex vision restored, and actually he wants to actively fight for Banana. He's the lone defender.
Really risky right now.
It is.
Zywoo's close. He is Speedway right now with that AWP, so if Apex does go down, Zywoo will be there in time to clean up the mess, but an AK's been picked on up for Hunter here. Nico's not going to clear this. This is such an odd play by Apex.
To still be here. Oh, couldn't get better than that. It doesn't get freer than that. And these two have been on a very passive A setup for this entire round. I guess up against the pistols, you don't want to be giving them a weapon detached from the site. They have to force their way in now, and Zywoo, ooh, will miss his shot. So Long's a threat. Smokes are out, and it shouldn't be much more than that. Kyojin, quick work.
Okay, I guess he's been doing his homework, right? It hasn't been a long time. I mentioned 23 maps before. This is a map definitely not looking great as far as his stats are concerned, but here continuing to do a good job. So Vitality, I don't think they were coming into Inferno, you know, super confident. They are off the back at 2 wins in a row, but still, this is looking very good for an early CT haul. This is 5 in a row. They have denied a plant in all 5 of those rounds. G2 are now maxed out in the loss bonus. They need to start finding some traction and getting this bomb down to facilitate more purchases going forward, and eventually maybe consider an AWP to deal with Zywoo, but this is a 4-man lean. Kyojin's been left solo on the A bomb site while they limp out all this util. This is going to give them a second wave that help Apex go for the clear.
This is quick, look. I think Nexus just said, let's hit A. There's too much activity. They're going wrong side. Zywoo actually flashing and pushing. That's brave. I can't believe he's alive. And Kyojin Shock's pushing through the library smoke. They're onto the A site. Kyojin's got so much on his plate. He somehow takes one with him. Enables a roughly even trade, and they've forgotten the bomb.
Yeah, got dropped there in the fray of things, and Masuda's about to see it when he rounds this corner.
We have bomb.
Oh dear, this is so difficult for G2 to get back into now.
Now the CTs are the ones that are smoking library side.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. It's a perfect crossfire. There is...
Unless they go all the way back around to B and really take their time on this.
I don't know if I fancy that either. They're just going to walk in. Nico from long side. Masuta's even clearing. And Nico looks away. Masuta, the audacity, gets away as well. And Zywoo, you wouldn't peek, would you? You would! Hunter's ready, and they finish it off. G2 bail themselves out of trouble. Oh, this game, it's delivering, isn't it?
That was a mess. That was an absolute mess. Like, I'm sure when Masuda saw the bomb, they were like, hold up a second, we can actually win this. We don't have to save for once. Wow, boy, oh boy. Good stuff from Nico here. Great shooting from Jax there under pressure as well. And back we go, the guns are out. Masuda's been into a deagle. There's a AWP for Zywoo. This is a chance for G2 to break the French right now.
Bang, into the shoes. Nico barefoot for the rest of this one.
That looks like a pre-fire shot, you know? Like,
perfect. Perfection. Shocks, just the right amount of fingertip on that throw. Takes down Nico's leg shotted by Zywoo. Leg shotted? Leg shot. I think that's past tense.
Yeah. Look, don't ask me for anything to do with the English language.
No, nor me. And I'm a professional talker.
The cool thing is we can butcher whatever we want.
Oh, all the time.
Look at this double pit setup here from Shocks and Kyojin. Going to be hard to displace. Apex is rotated over. There will be a fourth man of Masuda here in the next 10 to 15. Really comes down to Amanek here.
And speak his name and he shall show up in the feed. A little bit of tracer fire from Apex, and Amanek's actually going deeper. Kyojin, quick react. Another chance. Amanek caught on the advance, and he's down 2. Kyojin, the pit player, nearly makes it 3. He's done enough, though, you'd think. Hunter, head on a swivel, 1, then done. How has he bailed him out of 2 of them back to back? Another great reaction from Hunter. And if he shows his head, Zywoo has got the capacity to hit this shot.
Can't rescope now.
Yeah. Nexa checks him. G2, another right by the tiniest of margins recovered. That was a 5v4. Look what Kyojin's doing for them. He does so much work.
Oh, that's crispy. I guess we've seen multiple times the G2 players have preference in getting up on that bike.
Bam!
Yeah, that was quick. That was really quick.
Not many people can do that.
There's some aim stars in the server here today. Obviously, we talk about the G2 players. We've got Jax, Nico, Hunter, right, all very, very sharp. But then on the other side with Vitality, I think you're seeing the young aim of Masuda and Kyojin, especially over there on Vertigo in some of their moments. Zywoo without even a conversation.
Yeah, that P250 round it embodies that breed.
Yeah, that blew my mind so much I couldn't even say anything.
Well, yeah, and another example of it is, you know, we've seen Jax's P250. Now that's where the aimers can really just demonstrate how their capacity for these long-range, unheard of engagements in the quickest reaction time.
Looks sunny in France right now, so just having a look out of Masuda's window there. Looks like a beautiful day. Still no plants, Alex. Look, I know the bomb has gone down, but the round has not been concluded by the detonation of the C4, as it were. Eco round here from Vitality, and now a chance for G2 to get back into the lead. Only have to get past the Deagle and the P250, and only have to get past the Deagle.
Dink.
Nico, if he wants, can give that one over to Amanek and rock and roll with the MAC-10 instead, and peering towards mid and boiler right now. The information is good for Vitality, sure, but the weaponry, more of the drama. Zywoo executed. Nico grabs another in the round. Looks like they're going to try and cheat over towards B in time. So Masuda will have the cavalry on site. But the utility way too good here. If G2 just smoke off towards spawn, Coffins lands, couple of flash bangaroonies. Maybe they'll lose 1 or 2 here in the flurry. Amanek, in he goes. The boost on up. Kyojin can't convert. And, well, last man of Shocks here. Gives away the sound cue. And it shouldn't be too long for this world. So, Shocks, see if you got anything special in you, mate. The jumping Mac 10.
Didn't account for that.
No. Well, you know, went for the jet kind of updraft into the...
What's the dash called? Dash?
That sounds good.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
Maybe we could pretend. And Rays with the satchel into the paint cans. I got no idea.
That's what it reminds me of. I always wonder what Rays reminds me. Splatoon.
Yes.
Rays gives me Splatoon vibes.
I'm with you there. Who's the new one they put in Astra?
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening.
And can like float around the map. It's kind of crazy, a bit funky. And so is this. Look at this, straight up mid, Hunter and Nico.
Oh. He's not stopping. He's gone straight into ZywOo's M4. Nico wants to finish what his cousin started, and he could. Turns the flash, anticipating Shocks. He's right to think so. Oh, Nico, that's all too easy for him. And the next frag really will determine an awful lot, because they're gathering apps. If they want to pop through, which it seems they do, Kyojin's faked the smoke. He's tucked in on Mini. Oh, Nico's head visible. More impact from Kyojin. Tucks away. Oh, go on, my son. ZywOo and Kyojin, a perfect A defense combined.
He is doing a great job. He is doing a fantastic job. Right? I'm going to go back and actually look at his frag distribution in those matches that I was prefacing before, because I think he might be on for his best showing.
Don't forget,
his Vitality jersey.
You know, this is not only against G2 Esports, but this is also, you put your best player in pit because you have round-winning potential almost every time your site is tested.
Yeah.
And he so far has delivered in that capacity. He's even getting under the skin of legends, such as Shocks.
That was sick right there. Let's have a little bit of a look. I'm just going to...
Why is he getting so frustrated? In they go. Oh, Masuta, he's aware that Nico's hiding and actually takes 2. How does he find that head on next? Jax does nonsense back, and he's taking a lot of liberties. Straight into the site.
Okay.
Calls it clear. And just by taking that risk, he may have won the round for them.
Well, ZywOo's going to be here. It comes down to this Ruins fight. If Jax pushes forward, well, it looks like he's going to stay towards Coffins. How much is ZywOo going to push on in here? If he lies in wait towards...
Plays retake, I guess.
Yeah, we'll have to hear this bomb going down. It has called Shocks over. Everyone's here. This is... Look at all the nades left over. Smokes, mollies, flashes. This is doable for Vitality.
It's not out of the realms of possibility. Molly for Emo. So Amanek is going to be forced into a fight. Kyojin holds the nerve. This is a double stack. Amanek's caught. Hunter swing. Kyojin unable. And just Shocks. Quiet game so far from him. Faffing around with his smoke. He'd love to get the frag and get it down. Now he can hold it. Fakes it out. No time-sensitive mission. He does get the frag. Doesn't have the kit to access. And too little, too late. Shocks will go down. 7 for G2. Here we go. Damn, Jax. I mean, just as I thought that the nonsense was over with Masuta's double, he does one even better, catching Apex on the retreat. I want to see how that one, transpired. Timeout has been called. And replay, you will have heard it. Now you can see it.
Or can you now? That's the same as the Rush League before where he got debated. It's a similar type here. I was trying to think why Shocks was so frustrated in that round. I think it's because he was in Boiler, right? And ZywOo was close mid. So probably frustrated that either he got left alone in Boiler. Yeah. Or maybe that he feels that he should have been good for one there. Either way, Vitality, how about a pretty decent haul here of 6 rounds? If they're able to make this work with the Famises and the MP9s, they can still get it close on the half. Otherwise, G2 are looking very, very good for 9. Yeah, I was just having a look through those Kyojin results, right? And the one that really hurts is their loss to Double Pony, where he only had, 9 kills or something along those lines. So the rest of his games, they're not horrible. I'm not going to say that they're anything, to really write home about. Stats can be deceiving.
They certainly can. But, I mean, I think your criticisms were more pointed at the fact that they thrived so much with Nivira. The contrast was there, whether or not that's also, a little bit exaggerated by our own perception of it. The games we saw, maybe Nivira was. I haven't checked the stats myself. I know he was a statistical achievement.
Yeah, he was very good for them, and what it did was it facilitated Zaiwu to be their B anchor, right? So you had RPK and Masuda as the pit side anchor. You had Navira playing Arch, Apex in swing, and Zaiwu was that B anchor. So Shox, as the Des mentioned before, wasn't even playing at that juncture.
That was such well-timed utility from Apex. They just did their half wall flash as the molly and smoke arrived. Like that was all redundant.
Complete denial. And
he's alone. So the fact that he's denied and kept them from gathering ground and setting up. Here's the second flash. He knows he's lost top banana control for reals this time, and he still hasn't called for a rotate. Yo, if they go quick, Apex would have to do an awful lot from this fountain. Look at the indecision. He can't decide if he wants to fight or not. Opts to hide in the smoke, linger.
There's still no rotation for him at all. Look at this, how committed they are to top mid. This is all on Apex.
Yeah, I guess they just play for the next round of play, the final round of play. Unless Apex gets another dink found. Jax finishes the job for him.
Okay.
Something, surely you might want to rotate now.
Yeah, a chat's going to be hard because it is just scrappy guns. Number advantage.
0 util as well for G2. So
no
if they get this
though.
For free, quote unquote free, Hunter is going to be ready for that one. Pre-fired, and it doesn't matter. Zaiwu only gets the one, so it's 2-on-2, and with no kit, Chad, I think you're right. I think the conversation continues, and this time it leaves with the save.
Yeah, I think the 2-on-2 looks likely. But without the kit, without knowing exactly where they are, you've already been stalled out by one man in the bottom of Banana. That will be the half win now for G2.
Boom.
8 rounds on the board. Kyojin's actually leading right now. He's the one with 13 frags. It's Apex coming in with 11, 9 for Masuta, 8 apiece for Zaiwu and Shox. Let me get out of my chair. I can't read the screen. Oh, never mind. 9 for Shox, 8 for Zaiwu.
You're one step away from the full old man getting over. You just have to slap your knees before you groan.
Okay.
And then you have to say right.
Okay, I can work on that.
Slap your knee and then groan.
I do Let's Rock and Roll, and not ironically.
Yeah.
All right, Vitality, keep us close. Give us the 8-7 here. Give us some hope here going into what will be the second half, not too far away. Bit slower of an approach here from G2, just operating in this default spread. No extra pep in the step. As nade comes down, Jax will be tickled. There are kits in play for this final round, so Vitality will have everything they need to go for it if it is a retake scenario. Looks like they're setting Zaiwu up for a flash peak, so he's just cleared mid. Early on that info as well, that was at 125-ish, so still plenty of rounds to be played here. And as they continue to siphon through the util, if Vitality go for many more of those maneuvers and don't find anything, it will play into G2's hand. But this is just hoping the mistake comes to them. G2 working on their mid control. Shock smoked off. Passive from Zaiwu and Kyojin.
Shox has thrown his own long side smoke out.
Yeah, I think he wants to force them to pit for sure. Wonder if that's going to be the buffer for him to gamble stack towards B, because it's still very silent. They know that the nades have come in top mid, but they haven't seen anything behind it. And now we're at 30 seconds. They have to react.
Yeah, they do. They've perfectly flashed Shox out of long. But at 25, he can tuck into the site, and that's exactly what he's doing. The truth is, though, they've managed to isolate a 3, make it 4 versus 2. Soon to be 5 if Amanek arrives.
Amanek's got the full rotation covered as well.
Oh, Lord. Masuta would have to be the absolute hero.
10 seconds.
Flash is great. Just get a couple. 1 may not cut it. Nico has to plant. He's got 3 seconds. They can't deny it. There's no one that can. Shox hunting Amanek, and the pre-fire's just not good enough. A dink is just not enough to report. Now peeked over the smoke. G2, they take the half and then some. 9 on the T side. Not a bad haul at all in pursuit of taking that semi-final. Vitality are on life support.
Told me to be myself, so when I went and found myself, the ones who told me back then, be true to who I am, ain't think we was really gonna win. Now they watching us from the sidelines while we trying to victories like we in high tides. I'm getting my prize, only thing my eyes is locked in on, have a milli mine. I want it right now, don't waste my time. Family in a penthouse with a view sky high, blood, sweat, and tears bring water to my eyes, cause the whole gang winning. I done gave my life, odds low, but we did it, ain't we? And we always moving, never on the same thing. Now our lives are highlight reel, we like the thrill.
Whose favour, and 9-6 on the half of our second. This is for the semi-final side of the bracket, Group A. This time we've already seen Group B, that went down earlier today. And avoiding Gambit was locked in. Gambit, of course, battled on through. NIP Virtus Pro, still the lower bracket of Group B to be concluded, but EG-OG was our first affair of the day. And getting to see OG all the way to the semi-final bye. That means we get to see even more out of them once we get to those playoffs. We're not quite there yet. EG Gambit locked in for the first quarterfinal. It's time to find out who from our second, or rather first group, is going to be hanging out in the quarters and whom is straight to the semis. Towards that half or triple setup. Apex, first click of Nico's mouse, and he's already seized an advantage. He may grab more. So silent. A single bullet has been fired so far. And 5v4 established. Zywu to try and break through. You can see his perfect pre-aims. Oh, and a goosh, but he wasn't ready for the adjustment. Baited in to perfection, and Hunter thrives in that environment. Nico and Hunter working in perfect unison. Damn, Masuta. We know he's snappy.
He's locked in here.
He's got no way out. The only way is forward.
Well, he's got some nades.
Boop. Oh my God! Actually hits it. If Nico puts his head in the vice now, if Masuta's got it in him. Oh, spots him out. It's a deep Molotov. Nico will have to respect it. I reckon he's got a plant.
Get the plant.
Masuta?
All right now.
He hears it. Really audible. No, Nico. Pushed.
Oh.
Masuta could actually do it. Forces him back into construction. He's being played with Amanek to close the gap, but
Does
spotted.
what he
Oh
wants.
my God, Masuta. The no armor. Ace clutch. Tucked into oranges. Nico's very loud about this. He knows he's there, I think. Time is his best friend. He's being swung on, and a heartbreaker. Nico rips the heart out of Masuta's chest and rips it before its very eyes. Nearly a career highlight there from Masuta, and I'd love to just see a couple of them again. Peeking into, like, baiting Jax into the banana push with the CT smoke, hitting the only necessary one tap to, never mind mollying off Nico and getting a plant. He did so much for his team there.
That was crispy
I
stuff.
almost just wanted him to have it for him. You know, never mind the result.
When you're Hunter here and you've gotten 3 and you're going forward for the next, right, you don't expect it to spiral like this. Next is low. That happened. This one here was beautiful. And at this point, right, because he puts pressure on Nico and he runs away, that forces Amanek to try and come to the rescue and putting him into the one-on-one environment. So Masuta, brilliant stuff. Unlucky.
That was poetry in motion from Masuta, and you could see he was all reading the game. You know, his understanding of where his opponents were and his advantages would come from. Ooh, I loved it. That's just the first round, by the way. If you just sat down.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. More to come, one would hope.
Well, Zywa's AK might get a chance here. He's going to come through Boiler, 3 top mid. Masuta's is working well. Zywa's has dropped another frag. Look at A, it's falling before our very eyes.
Yeah, these AKs, they bang. G2 won the pistol. They don't feel like it now. Need a multi-kill. Look at how quickly they drew the crosshair. Masuta gets another. Like, that's become such a... we don't address it as a big part of the game because it isn't. But, you know, a couple of years ago, you would never see the people entering in the site with just bunny hops, knife out, wiggling their mouse. Now it's especially in a man advantage, it's a common strategy. It's another variation of a nade. It draws the crosshair, it pulls, and it stops those multi-kills that we used to see every day of the week.
Yeah, I remember, I think it was like mid last year where we saw like Tessus or the guys from Heroic doing, that little hop through ramp, and that was really quite sweaty. And now you're seeing it, and you're right. The fact that they're using this movement just to open up big gaps. It used to be you just put your body on the line, you run on a wide line, but here they're able to get away with a bit more space, and a lot of the time even surviving. Can we go back to Nico Rush if we can? Maybe we can do it next round. This M4, Alex.
Oh, it's not the one I thought you would thought. Graffiti, what do you say, it was color something?
Yeah, let me see if I can bring it up in his pit. Rush,
Is
do you know the
that
name
one of
it?
the new ones?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen it before, but at the same time...
Yeah, we're not just the skin experts.
Yeah, we're not glued in on the whole skin situation. Rush, you there, or you in living color? There you go.
Yeah, hello. Now then.
What do you think of that M4?
I don't know what it's called, but it is nice. I don't think I've seen it in the hands of a player yet, so it's nice.
It's called In Living Color for those of you interested.
Oh, wow.
Maybe
Do you have the artist name?
Yeah, made by The Color Wheel. No, I didn't Google. I just saw it in the game. I saw it.
Oh, I thought you had you just done a full skin wiki and you were going to give me all.
I can, all right. Let me have a look.
It's all right. I'll let you work that out while
I'm on the Googs.
Hang out with Rush and get this one done. Now, Nico does have that aforementioned M4. And they have gone for a 4-man massive A lead. Now, the only issue here crops up is if we don't get B info. I imagine that's Kyojin and Apex's responsibility. He takes full top B, but now with the control top mid and the bomb heading that way. Okay, so Vitality are walking into G2's gamble here. The caveat is that long to B is also an option, an uncontested option at that. Sharks bouncing around the apartments, action long. They've smoked off Arch and Library. They're coming into the trap here, Chad. There is a world. There is a world. Masuta's not living in it, though. And Nico fully flashed, didn't get checked. He is still hidden. Kyojin close as well. One hunting pit. He's got so many targets to deal with. Nico needs a second, can't make it happen. And Vitality are going to seal this one up to an 8, just making that ever so small now. A 9-6 half, now looking at about 8 to 10.
Yeah, and maybe even 9, because this will just be the partial or pistol investment here from G2. So the force buy scenario falling flat here. Lovely shots here. Execution. Now I've done my research. I don't know who created the skin, but I can tell you it came in the snake bite case. It is of the covert rarity, and it was introduced to the game on the 3rd of May, 2021.
Wow, it is brand new.
So that makes sense of why we haven't seen it. All right, the USPs, 4 of which stacked towards top mid, just one man with a plan over towards the B bomb site. That will be next up. And with the loss bonus into the next round being 2,400, no dramas with the guns for G2, but close again, right? And here's the thing, it's not that Vitality are any slouches, but they have been struggling. You heard from Apex in their interview saying, you know, their results this year haven't been as good as they were in the previous. That goes without saying. Next over towards that B site, shouldn't be long for this world. Looks like he's gonna rotate right into Kyojin. Let's see how disciplined the youngster is. Drops the molly, doesn't want to give anything up, and gets the kill as well. So, well played, 10 to 9. The French 1 round in it now. Let's start to see if G2 still operate with that deeper mid-smoke that they made popular last year. Allows with some softening them up of nades down middle, but it also makes them less susceptible to mid-pops. That deeper smoke means if you are a T and you want to run through it, you will be coming out of that gray screen. Unless your pop flashes are perfect, G2 could be on the other side ready and raring to mow you down. 3rd tactical timeout used here. Malik, the coach of G2, I'm sure, getting on the mic right here. You don't want to let this slip too far because the CT side and its economy can be absolutely cruel mistress. And Amanex actually purchased into an AWP. If Hunter's going to get a defuse kit here, he's the only one who will be able to buy that. Kevlar, got a couple of nades. HE flashes if you'd like. Bit of strobe lighting there in Jax's room. And it doesn't look like a kid is going to be bought here. So Hunter leaving with $700. Let's see if that comes back to haunt them.
Kit watch, absolutely pulling their hair out. Kyojin anticipated. Look at that. He doesn't even care that there's no incendiary. He chooses to play around the smoke regardless. Aggression into the apps. Hunter and Jax. And Shocks walking straight into the trap. Ooh!
Oh, what?
The suit is going to get at least one of them. Potential trade from Shocks.
Hunter has to live here.
Yeah, he's doing his very best to do so. 44 HP. He is not interested in another close quarters battle.
And Amanex close mid still. So the 1-for-1, we do say this favors Vitality here, and especially if they continue to claw forward.
Ooh, late boost. Powerful, especially with the low HP. May not have too much of a ramification as I see the bomb navigating away.
Yeah, Kyojin and Apex top banana right now, so Nexer and Nico get to really move a footstep. That molly, is it going to land on top? Oh, it's below, so Amanek gets the kill.
And gets away. This is big. And this is a big round, make no mistake. Vitality, 3 healthy men, make it 2. Nico's wild spray has gone in, as is Nexus. Only Zywoo now. And through the flashes, the flames, and the nades, he is completely locked in. Or are they locked in with him? Nope, not going to happen today. G2 11 after Vitality get off to their unnecessary start. So it's just bookend rounds at the moment. The pistol of this first, or rather second half, and the one we just witnessed here, Masuta,
Huge
traded by Hunter. Yeah, he keeps them really alive there. They could have lost full control of apps. it would have just been Amanek on the site screaming, wouldn't it?
That really would have snowballed out of control. So good stuff from Hunter. Better to get away from the situation. And now the guns can come back out for Vitality here. They had a lot of residual cash, even have a little bit left over on a few of their players. So Vitality's finances are looking good, even if they do drop this round. But I'm sure they'd love to twist the screws on this two-man A setup right here. Hunter and Jax on their lonesome while Amanek is rotating back over. In the meantime, Vitality grabbing this banana control. Kyojin tasked with being with the boss man of Apex on a lot of these maneuvers. Used a lot of nades on A already. Jax is down to just a molly, a flash, and a HE. So if he gets mollied in pit, nothing to extinguish. They're coming through apartments quickly with the bomb here. They're out.
They're already popping. Straight out off the flash. Hunter deals with the first. His signature position as Shox finds him. And it's just Jax hiding in pit. Like Amanek, the connecting on long is something. It means he can provide some support. Jax still gray screen. Finally walks into one. Amanek's the one to defend the site. Stray shot onto Apex through the smoke. Now Vitality are on the back foot. Nico's ahead of this molly. He can contest the plant. Should he choose to? He doesn't. He would rather bide his time for the Apex, or excuse me, the Amanek and Nexa. Push towards Apex here on Boiler. Oh, good check from Nexa, but Apex is better. Amanek now stuck between two possibilities. And Amanek and Nico now looking for Shox. He's been found. Pressure now, all onto one man. Apex is not so sure. Amanek will take it, and so will G2. Successful retake, but it's their A defender, Amanek, they can count on.
That was big stuff from Amanek there. There's also the awareness to go from the AWP into the rifle, you know, being more functional as a player in that environment, not being stubborn on the AWP, and you can see his impact recounted here. There's one on the way up mid. This one is huge because it drops the bomb over to a pit and then through that smoke. They are flustered right now. They are so flustered, and I can tell you why. Neither of those two had a defuse kit. Both of them had about 2.5K. So it's like they're playing with our mate Rushley 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right now, because if they lost that round by not having a kit, what a way to drop a big one.
Yeah, and especially after those heroics from Amanek. So they've got all the cash in the world here, Vitality, and they've taken a timeout to make sure their heads are screwed on right. This has been a 3-3 split of our second half.
Does feel like a big one though. This bank is yet to build for G2, and Vitality, their loss bonus is now up to what's going to be 2,400 going into the next round. So a plant here, and they're good to go again. Like, they can really keep applying this pressure to G2, and if you just reflect yourself back to map number 1, you can see 16-14 is the scoreline in the top of your screen. G2 broke Vitality late on their CT side. If Vitality do the same thing here to G2, they can flip the script and maybe set us up for that third. Loser of this will play the winner of NIP and VP. That's our series for after this one.
Flash from Hunter. Nico set up. He's blinded. Can't seem to find a moment's rest by now. He does. Vision restored and frag provided. And double nades for anyone that dares try and trade. It's ZywOo that catches both of them, now chunked to 30.
It's a bit ugly in terms of what's left, though, for G2. They did get a kill out of this, so you could argue it's been worth it, but 2 smokes, a molly, and a flashbang is all they have to defend with, and a minute 15 remaining on the clock. So Vitality, as far as utility to make the round work, are sitting a little bit prettier, but they will need to grab themselves a frag to level up the playing field. Looks like their eyes are set on this A bomb site right now, 3 of which are up mid. The bomb on the back of Apex will be joining them very shortly, and Arch side is deadly. That's where Amanek is standing with the AWP, actually preempting a mid to B. Smoked off now.
Oh, that's a perfect flash. I think all 3 of them caught it. Amanek's hearing this. Can't really help, but Jax may not need any. Oh, he doesn't. The turret kicks in.
Oh, no.
Amanek's gone for a no-scope, and perhaps he's not going to be punished. Okay, Nico will bail him out, and G2 are not going to be broken today.
Whether the Storm will one more here, G2. Deny that plant one more time. And they should be closing this one out. Money again for Vitality for 3 players in the position to buy. If you want to go for a Galil on Masuda, maybe a Deagle on ZywOo, they can definitely make this one work. Or are we going to go for the classic, give ZywOo the AWP and let him Galavan up Banana? doesn't look to be the case. The buys come in. 4 AKs. 1 deagle, util in play, and there's that mid-smoke from G2. Always gives them a bit of a buffer here.
Yeah, I mean, when you've deep smoked banana and you're immediately smoked mid, like, your whole project has to take a 20-second breather.
Yeah, they negate the possibility for rushes, but just put a lot more pressure on themselves late, so going to be the bodies here for G2 again.
NiKo actually wants to push on that, and he has got the fight he demanded. Very sharp. Apex gives him the fight, just a little late on the tracking. Leads to his demise, so we do return to a 4-on-4. That's what Vitality demand. Let's see what Shox can get done. A perfectly timed incendiary. Couldn't get better than that.
But once again, they're almost out of util. It's a smoke and 1 flash remaining. That is it.
You're right. I'm sure Vitality are keeping count. No incendiaries to be trifled with here. It's just going to have to be the bullets. Jax hearing something. Hunter actually just drops one of the last smokes they have. And the spray, horrible. Even heard that get hit by the flashbang. He will get caught just by the stray bullets of Misuta.
Jax is dead. Gonna
He's
burn.
burning. Doesn't get anything before he falls, and now the bomb site's lost. Potentially the round 2, because as we discussed, Chad, they kind of don't want to be walking in with nothing, defending their honor, as Vitality will have everything they desire into our 24th. So it's time to see. I don't think there's any hunting being done either.
There shouldn't be, right? Because if they go and they risk this and they lose these AKs, it's going to make dropping next round much harder. So G2 just going to hold on here, and what will be 1,400 as the loss bonus means Hunter and NiKo can buy. Nexa, I hope he's feeling charitable, because Jax will need a gun. But this early util is actually also helping quicken up the pace of the game, right? It means that Vitality can react quicker, knowing that a lot of that util isn't going to be there to slow them down. So the more they apply the pressure, the more G2 use the nades, which they've already gone out the gates with, and we get straight underway with some quick stuff. Mac 10 for Apex here. Wonder if they're going to quicken this one up. He has a very good spawn, Apex. He's the first one out the gates. But looks like they're dividing, so won't be an all-in rush. Actually, quick up mid. Okay, looking for the punish. Dropping a molly. This one's going to be porch side.
He's through it, well ahead of it, and taking names, taking liberties. NiKo may not be ready for this. They've already slipped through Arch. At least a couple postured around. The bullets are being thrown down. Bodies drop. 3 bodies just hit the rocks. Make it a 4th as well. Vitality are getting knocked on their bottoms here. Hunter's over the smoke. Kyojin won't have seen it. Will have heard it now. And there's one directly above him as well in the form of Jax. Good angle management here from Kyojin, but there should be no way in. Graveyard. Nice shot.
Ooh.
Jax here crawling back through the apartments. Kyojin hasn't considered it once. So if he was to somehow keep working his magic. Still hasn't considered balcony. Takes the pit drop. Jax hunts in, and that's the end of that. So G2 are 2 rounds away from a semi-final here, Chadney.
Yeah, and it's looking very good now. So that economy is still in the discussion, but I'm not even going to continue to harp on about that. Vitality have been able to keep themselves in positions to buy. Sometimes they look threatening, sometimes they don't. And that one right there felt like a bit of an intuition call from Apex. We've been seeing the 3-man lean under G2 time and time again, leaving Hunter and either Amanek or Jax, is depending on the setup, over towards that A site. So they exploited the gap, right? But this time around, G2 had gone for a different setup. So that's the last G2 timeout being called here as well. Malik really letting him know how important this one can be. They can finish it right here, right now. On the other side of things, Apex has already bought in with a P250 and a full bag of grenades. The loss bonus, 2,400 into the next. Nobody else has bought just yet, and as I say it, they follow through. So AKs, this is the final commitment. This is what it comes down to right here.
Well, Vitality's hopes and dreams of getting to that semi-final, skipping that quarter-final. The loser of this will meet the winner of Virtus Pro NIP in that quarterfinal. Vitality VP, Vitality NIP. Ooish.
Either way, sounds like a good quarterfinal.
It does.
It's not just one region dominating. We've actually got a bit of a mix here, but look at this. Kyojin ahead. He has to fight that molly, thrust him forward, Zaiwu as well, and well, they're almost lucky to walk away with their lives here. That pressure being applied to the B site. Now more nades getting cycled on through. G2 have no information. Oh, now they do. Nico out on the flash again, going to clear out top banana. It's jostling for position. So dynamic.
Constantly moving. This pendulum back and forward between T and CT control of top banana. Utility is at a premium now for Vitality, so they'll take top mid for free. That's a dream. What can you do with it, though? You're posting up against an AWP on long. Not really got the weapon for the job there. So CT contact first. They're hoping this pulls Amanek out, but he's so wise to your games. He'll take Masuta, G2.
It's 25 seconds. The bomb has to go back to B.
4 frags away from this. Yeah, they're trying, but there's 2 players still here. This passive setup from G2 is being rewarded. Clearing corners, Kyojin's found. Nico goes unchecked, and next to another. There's no options available to them. What is Zaiwu's AK supposed to do? Nothing is the result. Apex now just needs to die, and he does manage to find one through the grave, but it's all good for G2. 5 series points. And look at the money, the full investment of Vitality, and there's the ramifications of the absent follow-through.
Oh, Kyojin baited in hardcore there. The fact he's had to go that deep to clear, that shows you how well G2 have played that. They've understood the timing, they've understood just how displaced Vitality were across the map, and they've locked it down. Let's see how desperate they get. It's the Force Fight, it's the Tech 9s, it's the Mac 10s. Maybe it's just a B rush.
Oh, flashed as they wanted to go through it as well.
Oh, they just burned a smoke for no reason. Oh,
completely locked out of banana. And they've even got more nades.
Yeah, come on, boys.
Anyone else? Nico, just the one. Great trade from Masuta. So maybe there is hope for you Vitality fans. Hunter wants to take that away as best he can. Look at Masuta, it's just a man possessed first in. Great hold from Nexa. He takes 2. Oh, and that could be the denial. That could have been everything, and it's not far off. A wild spray leaves all onto Shox. And only 35 points of health to find 3 from 3 very different angles. He's made the right bet. Tucked into tree and spotting a Hunter. If he swings on Amanek, not to be. There it goes, G2. It's locked down and a very even kill distribution. Everyone pulling their weight. G2 are